Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Cool FM Live broadcast. Cochise County baseball. Nastiest season of them all, but you might see some dust flying. You might see a lot of things going on here today that normally you wouldn't see. Thank you, everyone, for joining me on Cool FM Live via Facebook or CoolFMOnline.com. Don't forget to like the Cool FM Live page, the Cool FM Live Sports page, and subscribe to the Cool FM page. We see the Valley Union Blue Devils take the field first. County in baseball. This capital for DUNCAN Wildcats. I was talking to Duncan we're going to see superstar Dylan Mitchell on the bump right away. You could see how nasty it is out there. Duncan's going to be led off by Isaac Harris, followed by Tangen Jensen, Carson Lacey, the 3-hole hitter, Ethan Hernandez, the 4-hole hitter, Mark Bejanot. I'm notorious for terrible names. Dayton Penry, then Joe Nandino, Gus Pope, and with Jaden Hoban. Looks like this sport cam is going to be destroying my phone, so action here before too long with this, but we are just about set to get some baseball action underway. Don't hesitate to jump into our Cool FM Live chat. Ladies and gentlemen, let us know where you're cheering for and who you're cheering from. I did talk to the coaches for the DUNCAN Wildcats before the game started. How great is this equipment that you can't even hear the wind at all right? And that's going to be high and tight, ball one. As I get reacclimated to the score system. Love to have it back. It's a shame it tears my phone up. Second pitch, this one's going to be fouled away, 1-1. That's right at my car. And it does miss my windshield. 1-1 the count. About 40, 50 mile per hour winds here today in Elfrida, Arizona, as everyone likes to say. Baseball weather. Great pitch there, just a little bit too tall, 2-1 the count. The 2-1 home. This one's going to be Isaac Harris. This is pitcher-on-pitcher matchup as well. Pitcher for the DUNCAN Wildcats. The 2-2. Great high fastball from Dylan Mitchell, and that's the first game. First strikeout, everything going on that one. That's going to bring up Tangen and Jen. Cats. Center field. First pitch home to Tangen. Right across the plate. You probably heard that one at home. 0-1 the count. Second pitch from Mitchell. That one's going to be too tall. 1-1 the count. A cold, windy day in Elfrida, Arizona for the Valley Union Blue Devils versus the Duncan Wildcats. That's looked like Jensen had that one pretty well scouted. Almost got on base with that, but that wind blowing directly to left field from right field, that it was not helping matters. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to get a drive in left field down the line to stay fair. Dylan Mitchell is going to keep it at 1-2. Yeah, you see that dust kicking up in the background. You hear the furious winds. We might have hurricane force winds in Elfrida, Arizona today. I'm not. Right in the back of the head. Looks like he's going to shake that one off. That's why they made first base runner of the ball game. Taking Jensen, showing a lot of toughness to shake off. Head down to first base. The runner on one away. It's going to bring up the left-handed hitting Carson Lacey, the left fielder, batting in the 3-hole. This is where the power of the lineup normally starts in baseball, 3, 4, and 5. Aggressively blowing out from right field. About going yard in this one. And when I say aggressive, this wind is almost knocking me over. Back in time, Jensen. No seniors. We expect them to develop into a great team this year. That one's going to be outside, 1-0 the count. Dylan Mitchell started off as the Valley Union Blue Devil catcher last year, but their arms just weren't developing the way they had hoped, and so they threw Dylan Mitchell on the mound, and I'll tell you, he's impressive. Runner's going to go for second. Ball's going to be outside. Throw is in, and that is just a little bit offline. Runner does steal second, 2-0 home. Valley Union in a little bit of trouble against the Duncan Wildcat team that was below 500 last year. These Valley Union of our Cochise County teams. 2-0 home. Mitchell throws up to the high cheese. It might be cold, it might be windy, but it's a beautiful day for baseball. That one's going to be ball four. I guess I missed a ball. Oh, no, it looks like it hit him. That's a second batter put on by Dylan. All of a sudden, Valley Union in some trouble here in the first inning. A strikeout, and then Dylan Mitchell. That's going to bring up power. The shortstop. We're going to have to apologize for the camera. There's just no way. There's no way it's going to stay. This one's going to be fouled straight back up into the air. There's a car. This is the Duncan bus. 0-1 the count. When I say aggressive win, I mean it. And that's going to be a story of the game. I'm sorry you're going to hear me repeat myself over and over. Ooh, just back. Great move from Mitchell. Tag was slapped down there, but just not in time. Steven De La Cruz out shortstop. Still 0-1 home. Dylan Mitchell trying to get out of this first inning jam. On the inside corner, swung through it and missed. Strike two. Good pitch from Mitchell. Luna behind the plate. Shakes his head. Double play still. Out. Or try to get the double play. He's going to go strikeout. The runner's going to take off for third. The tag not put on. It was a great throw. But the tag just not dropped down in time, so that's going to put runners at first and third. 2 away. That's going to bring up Mark Bejarano, the 5-hole hitter. Second baseman as well for the Duncan Wildcats. First pitch home, right across the plate, strike one. There you go, Dylan. Ooh, I see Jason Noble's in the chat. Jason Noble, obviously a Valley Union Blue Devil player from last year. That's a good need to compound any sort of problem. Try to let Dylan Mitchell get this done. That's 3 stolen bases in the game now for the Duncan Wildcats. And we're only in the first inning. That's another one. Dylan Mitchell, strike 3. So a feast or famine inning for Dylan Mitchell ends up feasting as we go to the bottom of the first inning. Oh, there we go, Paul. Make sure you put the inning on there. So that was the top of the three. And we're going to get over to the Valley Union Blue Devils. On Isaac Harris to start. Dylan Mitchell, followed by Miles Richardson, Luna, Marshall Larson, Brian Two Moons, Moroni Flores, and Angel Capron. All those names sound familiar to me in football season. Marshall, obviously. Well, the other kids made it. Umpire gives a warning to Duncan for how slow they were getting out of the dugout. And Harris will take his first warm-up pitches in Elfrida, Arizona. Mile-per-hour winds. Where else would the Mecca for baseball in all of Arizona? But in between innings, folks, I'd like to thank a few of the sponsors that make this broadcast possible. First, Synergy Home Care of Sierra Vista, providing non-medical home care all across Cochise and Santa Cruz County. That does mean Elfrida, Arizona. Call them today at 520-685-1035. Thank you, serving our community. And thank you to the Ed Morse Automotive Group of Sierra Vista, formerly Lawely Automotive. They are about making best vehicle buying experience and ingraining themselves into the community. You can you can drive it today and experience the difference for yourself at the Edmore. Coming in for your boy off those ad reads, but it is what it is. Blue Devils take their cuts. Big expectations for the Valley Union Blue Devils from this broadcaster anyway. Cat folks, let us know who you're cheering for and where you're cheering. Superstar Dylan Mitchell. We first learned about the Valley Union Blue Devils when Dylan Mitchell went 4 for 4 against DJ. Familiar, 2 of the best pitchers in Cochise County. Going to start us off against Isaac Harris. And the first pitch home is going to be a strike on the outside corner. 0-1 the count. Breaking pitch to start him off. Second one, this one to be chopped right back up the middle. Dylan Mitchell's going to beat it out. He's going to have us a leadoff single. Valley Union Blue Devils' first hit of the ball game coming in the bottom half of the first. Ball's going to be bottom of the first. A leadoff. Richardson for the Valley Union Blue Devils, left field. Number is his position. First pitch to Miles. He's going to straight up at us. If you heard that was the bleacher. That's going to be 1-1 to Miles and Miles Richardson. Back at second base. This microphone better fade quickly. We're gonna have the umpire call timeout. Umpire couldn't see anything, says it's too dusty. Set up to do this one again. That one's going to be thrown over his head. Now Dylan Mitchell's going to take third because of it. 1-1 home and a runner 90 feet away at third base for the Valley Union Blue Devils. It's going to be another pop-up right behind us. We might just have to go wind. I can hear the audio keeps cutting out, in and out. This one's going to be a fly ball to shortstop. That's not going to be deep enough to get Dylan Mitchell home, and that's going to be the first out of the ball game for the Valley Union Blue Devils. That's going to bring up big number 22, De La Cruz. Stephen De La Cruz at the plate for the Valley Union Blue Devil. That one's hit over his head. Dylan Mitchell's going to try to come home, and he does successfully. Our first run of the ball game, Dylan Mitchell manufactures everything, and now it's 1-0 Valley Union. One away here in the bottom of the first. Up. Have cut. Apologize for the audio issue, but we're going to power through it just like we always do. That one in the dirt. Ball 2 now. 2-0 to Stephen De La Cruz. That one's going to be too tall. 2 inside. 3-0 the count now in the bottom of the first. First on a 3-0 swinging, and De La Cruz is going to be the second victim for the Valley Union Blue Devils. Interesting walk-up song choice from Jahir Luna. Jahir Luna. Catcher for the Valley Union Blue Devils chops that plate. It's going to be a foul ball, strike one. This is all the cars. Some of the first for the Valley Union Blue Devils. Harris on the mound trying to get out of this, and there's that dust coming in and making life a little bit tougher for everybody involved. The 0-2 home to Luna. And did he swing? He did swing. Luna's got to go to first. Catcher didn't catch it. The play down at first. They're not going to be able to get that one, and Luna's going to wind up on from Yahir Luna to get down to first. That's going to bring up Marshall Larson. For all of my Wilcox viewers, I see Marie Teeters in the chat. This is the cousin of Travis Larson from the Wilcox Cowboys. So here we go. Larson, runner on first. You hear Luna. He's going to go right away. It's a pitch out. They might have him dead to rights, but the throw just not on target. That's going to be ball one and a runner in scoring position. So 1-0 home now to Larson. Harris on the mound trying to get out of here with just the one run across. Valley Union in the lead. Going to be 1-1. Thank you to everyone. Apologize enough for the audio issue, folks. That's generally a networking problem, believe it or not. But we just power through. Larson swings at that one, strike two. Larson got to start his swing a little bit sooner. He's got to get in there and take that big step and let his body engage on this swing. Let's see how he approaches now. Breaking ball doesn't break in, so that's still tall, and that is still 3-2 the count. Full count. 2 outs in the end. Scoring position at second base. And Larson's going to rip this one into left field. That's going to get down. That's in the gap. That's going to be a run. Larson making the turn to first, going to second. Will he go to third? He is. Marshall Larson taking third like he takes down quarterbacks in football season. An RBI. Nothing, Blue Devils on top. Chances the Duncan Wildcats couldn't get after the strikeout pitch, and this is where we're at. This one's going to be slapped to third, running and going to beat that one. Baseman throw is going to be wild, and now all of a sudden this ball game offensively, an RBI single. That does turn into a double. Runner on second now, and that's going to bring up Brian Two Moons. Sound familiar? Brittany Two Moons. We used to call her name all the time. Now it's Brian's turn. Looks at that one right across the plate. Strike one. 3-0. Valley Union Blue Devils on top. Did not give. One 0-1 home. That one's going to be outside and high, or inside rather. To get used to this together. Out towards left field. Got to step aggressively towards the pitcher. That's where the pitch is coming from. 1-2 now the count. Valley Union up 3-0. They want to make it more. Runner at second. That's strike three. That was right there. And that's going to be the final out of the inning. But a great job from the Valley Union Blue Devils, opening up a 3-run lead in the bottom of the first inning, heading to the top of the second. Inning of baseball from the Valley. 3 strikeouts on the mound from the offense of the Valley Union Blue Devils, led off by Dylan Mitchell. Got himself all the way to third. Marshall Larson, the big knock of the inning, sent that one in the gap for an RBI triple. And that's the story of our ball game, folks. In between innings, I'd like to thank the Sherry Ethel team at Long Realty. If you're in the market to buy or sell, make your first call to the real estate experts at 717-599-2439. Since 1963. Right, 1963. Also, thank you to the Copper Queen community, Cochise County. Douglas and Hereford for physical therapy today. If I could just get this lighting down, that would be amazing. Either which way, this thing's going to kill my battery. I'm going to have to... Oh. But for the Duncan Wildcats, that's going to bring up Dayton Penry. Penry, the third baseman for Duncan. Looks that one a little bit too tall. Want to know the count. Top of the second inning, Duncan Wildcats still hitless in this ball game. Did have two base runners in the first inning. Dylan Mitchell looking as solid as ever on the mound. The second. We can hear fans from Duncan saying, don't step out, stand in there. That's a strike, too, right on the outside corner. Dylan Mitchell starting to paint the corners. 3 strikeouts and 2 walks in that first inning, looking to tighten it up just a little bit better. That's going to be strike 3. Swung on 4 outs from Dylan Mitchell, recorded from strike ball game. Andino, the catcher, looks at strike 1. Dylan Mitchell starting to find his fastball and spot it very well. One's going to be inside, 1-1 the count. It's going to be high and outside, 2-1 the count. Good job here from Nandino. Dylan Mitchell starting to come up with a little bit of fire, so let's just calm it down. Make him throw some pitches. That one's right across the plate, 2-2 now the count to Nandino. Spot some pitches for the Valley Union Devils. Coach Jesse Mill for the Valley Union Blue Devils getting that ball. Brett Jensen, the coach for the Duncan Wildcats, probably should have made the 2-2 home. That's going to be wet. 3-2, 1 away. And the 3-2 home from Mitchell. Catches the inside corner. Strike 3 called. 2 away. And another. Mitchell. The ball game. The one where you're caught looking, not swinging. First pitch. That's going to be strike 1. Starting their bats. Our pitcher here, like Dylan Mitchell. That one's going to be in the dirt. Ball 1. Dave Davies is in our chat. Dave Davies and I are going to be splitting up. He says, I know that name. He says, how's the wind out there? Dave Davies, it is 75-mile-per-hour wind, 80 degrees. And I'm just constantly looking for a power source right now. Because I know I got to plug this phone in before too long. That's going to be strike 3. 6 up, 6 down via strikeouts for Mitchell. as he is starting this campaign where he left off last season. Dylan Mitchell on fire, on the bump for the Valley Union Blue Devils. And we're going to get to the bottom of the lineup for Valley Union. Moroni Flores and Angel Capron will start us off in the bottom of the second inning. Follow, set the lineup. Score Valley Union Blue Devils on top in this ball.
He was supposed to, and then they swapped him and Angel. I don't know why. Yeah, that's true.
In between innings, folks, I'd like to thank Grasshopper Landscaping, quality from the ground up. Contact Grasshopper for all of your landscaping needs at 520-456-8945. Thank you as well to Ginger's Titles of Sierra Vista, located at 999 East Fry Boulevard. Look for 2 p.m. And thank you to the Sierra Vista Soap products. Find them at CSun Creations or visit SierraVistaSoapCompany.com. This will be our second broadcast on Cool FM Live for the baseball season. First, we were in Bisbee, Arizona, where the Pumas were victorious over the St. David Tigers, and now the Valley Union Blue Devils looking to keep Cochise County on top of the baseball mecca as they are up 3-0 on the Duncan Wildcats in Elfrida, Arizona. And worse, folks. Isaac Harris right back on the mound for the Wildcats. Starts him off on the outside corner, 0-1. Moroni Flores for the Valley Union Blue Devils at the plate. That one's going to be outside, 1-1 the count. Just realized I was wearing shorts. Can't take the Midwest out of the kid. We're going to have a timeout for the dust delay as well. I don't know if you guys can really see that in the background, but heavy dust. The wind's so aggressive it keeps moving my phone, which is completely right now. That one's going to hit him, and that's Blue Devils here in the bottom of the second inning. Dust. Dylan Mitchell on deck. Angel Capron up for the head coach. Not so sure what the confusion, but we're going to get, and we are ready to go. Capron, Valley Union with a 3-0 lead against the Duncan Wildcats. Bottom of the second inning.
I gotta go pull my leave request now.
First pitch home. This one's going to be ripped in between first and second. Capron's got himself a single, digging and making the turn. A little bit of a hesitation. They're going to get the ball in and safe at third base. Flores digging, missed the sign. You can't blame anyone for missing anything here. You just score that one. That'll bring up Dylan Mitchell. Ducks on the pond for superstar Dylan Mitchell. Runners at second and third for the Valley Union Blue Devils. First pitch home to Mitchell. He's going to rip this one into left field. It's going to get down. That's going to get all the way to the wall. Left fielder misplays it. That's not a good sign. We're going to have 2 runs in already, and Dylan Mitchell is going to stay at third. We have another 2 RBI. Now it's 5-0. Blue Devils on top in the bottom of the second inning. That'll bring up Miles. And we were introduced to Miles Richardson as who was and Miles Richardson looks to the first one outside. 1-0 the count. Fall in for a strike. 1-1 the count. Valley Union Blue Devils showing everyone why Cochise County is the mecca for baseball in Arizona. Count is 1-2. This one's going to be thrown to the backstop. Dylan Mitchell will stay on first or third this time. 2-2 the count home to Miles. Harris. Dylan Mitchell, they had him dead to rights. Nothing. And Coach Jensen not as it stands, an RBI single for Miles. Taylor Cruz grounded out the. We'll see what De La Cruz can do here. Miles Richardson on first. Now it's 6-0. To get from first to second, Miles Richardson, who will wind up on third, and everything coming up Blue Devils in the bottom of the second inning. Another count. That one across the plate, strike one. 1-1 the count out to De La Cruz. Valley Union Blue Devils up 6-0. This one's going to be shot foul. 1-2 the count. Third base. So Steven De La Cruz on second base now. Side 1-1 the count. It's going to be outside, 2-1 the count now. Interesting call. Umpire wants the game to move on. That is going to be a new pitcher on the mound for the Duncan Wildcats. Well, folks, the Pirates once again. Ears right now. High school in Elfrida, Arizona. That one's going to be over. Yeah, 3-1 the count. It's Marshall Lawrence. For the Valley Union Blue Devils. For the Valley Union Blue Devils. That one's too tall. 1-0 the count. Everyone got a little bit of a preview of what the wind was like here in Elfrida. Blue Devils, bottom of the second inning. It's already 6 in this one. Guess it is Brian. Oh, this is Brian Two Moons. That's on me. That one too tall. One. Out runners on first. It's the second inning. That's going to bring up more. Flores hit. Looks like left field. Fielder for the Duncan Wildcats, Carson Lacey. Vista, Arizona, home of the Valley Union Wildcats. That one's going to hit him, but that's not going to. He leaned into. Behind home plate, catcher can't find it. We'll do this 1-2 again. Good hustle out of the Duncan Wildcats. Very windy, Alpharetta, Arizona. Mother Nature not happy that it's baseball season, but we are at Cool FM because defending state champion Bisbee Pumas in 2A. They are a force to be reckoned with. As we say all the time, Douglas Bulldogs' best gloves, the flash and the leather. And we'll do this 2-2 again.
Let's go, Maroney.
Still 2-2. Back up the middle, doesn't get through, it does! The throw over, and that's going to be the third out of the inning, but the Valley Union Blue Devils extend their lead to 8-0. All right, folks, in between innings, I'd like to thank the sponsors that allow us to broadcast live. Thank you to Right Way, now serving Sierra Vista and Cochise County, providing heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical services. We'll be working goal this season is with you every step of the way. It's so exciting to believe in rising to the occasion. Pressure's on, we say challenge accepted. Join us in backing your favorite Cochise County team. In this instance, the Valley Union Blue Devils. Dylan Mitchell still on the mound for the Valley Union Blue Devils. He's got 6 strikeouts in this ball game, all of them. It looks like we're going to have to go with the wind again. Folks, I do apologize. Third inning. Hopefully the wind calms down just a little bit so we get through this game. That'd be nice. We have enough charging issues.